Lesley Mahmood. I'm one of the co-founders of Save Liverpool Women's Campaign, an anti-cuts campaigner and a lifelong socialist. This is my co-host for today, Teresa Williamson, an activist in Save the Women's and Keep Our NHS Public and a lifelong campaigner. She has helped to save her local GP surgery from being destroyed by private contractors. We have had the socialist singers, thank you, and they will be singing as we go. We will have a samba band joining us by Canning Street, by the cathedral. We have a drumming band to drum us off. This is just the start of the next part of our campaign, and I would like to thank everybody who's helped in any way. We have stewards in the yellow jackets and red jackets to help you, and first aiders. Please ask a steward in the high-vis jackets if you need any help. The order of marching when we set off after the first lot of speeches is Save Liverpool Women's banner to the front, Keep Our NHS Public, health campaigns, local campaigns, trade unions and political party banners. We will have the Save Liverpool Women's headquarters, which is a boot by car, and a van, the advertising van, bringing up the rear. The march will end by the arch near the Albert Dock, where we will have a speaker system and national speakers with Ken Loach, Wendy Savage, a patient from the Women's, Diane Abbott, and Felicity Dowling, the founder of the Women's Hospital Campaign. So first of all, I would like to welcome Hannah Ryan, who is a women's campaigner, a health campaigner, and a health service worker. Welcome, Hannah.
It's overwhelming to see so many people here today. So thanks so much for coming. To say no to closure, no to cuts, no to privatisation, save the women. So as a women's campaigner, the feminist, I know that women's health, well-being, maternity services, maternal health, the health of children is so immensely important to gender equality. It's so important that the United Nations recognises maternal mortality and maternal health as a key indicator of progress towards equality, both gender equality and economic equality. Cuts to services that provide for women and babies are a threat to women's rights, and they should be seen as such. And of course, the Women's does not only provide services for women, it supports families who are struggling with fertility, it supports families with genetic conditions. It has a whole range of services that have been hard fought for over many, many years. The Women's Hospital, when it opened in 1995, represented a bringing together, a merging of services that was spread across the centre of Liverpool. It was a dramatic and forward-thinking project when it was first initiated, bringing services together, allowing collaboration between specialists, providing world-class care in the heart of the city, and it should stay here, continuing to provide that care. Now, the Chief Executive of the Women's tells us that part of the key reason for the deficit is that simply the way that the NHS's finances are structured means that we are chronically underfunded for maternity services here in Liverpool. And other cities get around this by having maternity services in trusts with general acute medicine, surgery, and somehow the funding from those services subsidises maternity. Well, we need to ask this government why it is that maternity should be subsidised by other specialties. There is no reason why maternity should be marginalised and chronically underfunded. This is something that we need to demand of this government. And we need to say to the CCG Find a solution that keeps this hospital open. Find a solution that keeps every available bed open. Find a solution that provides maternity services that women in Liverpool want and need, so that we know whenever we turn up here, we're going to get a safe, reliable, comfortable service, because that is just what we deserve, just what we need. Private providers moving in and taking over maternity services, such as the private provider over on the Wirral that has just been decommissioned for providing community midwife services because it failed to meet basic safety standards. These services are a risk to patients, they're a risk to women's lives, they're a risk to us as taxpayers because they end up costing us more. Jeremy Hunt needs to get over himself and stop lining the pockets of private providers rather than providing nursing and midwifery surgeries, rather than providing basic pay for doctors and nurses. We need to say stop to all of this, and that's what you're all here to do. So you've heard enough from me. I'm going to pass it back to the next speaker. Have a great march, raise your voices. We know that there are some people from the exec board here today, from the women's. I hope that they're listening to us and listening to the message that we're sending. We need to keep this hospital open.
Hi, I'd just like to say thanks again for everybody coming out. When you organise these things, you sometimes think it'll be one person and the dog. So thanks for giving up your Sundays. Before I introduce the next speaker, and a very big thank you to Hannah, I'd like to say that women bring every human being into the world. Even those who are destroying the NHS, and I'm sure in time they will interrogate their conscience. But in the meantime, we need to keep going with the campaign. So the next person is Anne Walsh, the chair of the Merseyside Pensioners.
Hello everybody, I'm making all three things from the MPA. We represent the generations that fought for the NHS, and this hospital is a wonderful symbol of that achievement. Inspiration for everybody, along with the Junior Doctors Dispute, and we are a shield to stop the further privatisation of the NHS. And Labour should be in the forefront of fighting for the NHS. Jeremy Corbyn is ready to fight, and he has got our full support in that fight. And if those right-wing MPs won't fight to defend the NHS and retain the public ownership of the privatising speed, then they should stand aside and make way for those who will. Let that be the clear message for this demo today. Good luck in your campaign, and you can rely on us to give our continuing support.
This is Andy from the Chorley Campaign. They've come down to help us. They have a massive campaign going to save their hospital. Here's Andy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much. First and foremost, thank you very much for inviting us down. Can I say, every time I'm involved with NHS campaigners, it lifts me and it inspires me even more, our campaign, to carry on. Because what's happened to us in Chorley, they announced at the 11th hour that they were closing our A&E. They told us 2 days before they were going to close it. It was a temporary closure and we didn't need to worry. They told us that, hoping that we'd all go away, but the reverse happened. Because what's happening today here in Liverpool also happened in Chorley. And this is the message that our campaigners say to local managers and not only to this government. This is our NHS. It belongs to each and every one of us. without exception. Like the lady from the pensioners just said, our forefathers fought for this. They came back from war to build this for future generations. It's been in existence since 1948, and we owe it to those people to fight them every step of the way. We will resist you outside the gates, in Parliament, wherever you invite us, we will come and we will support one another in our campaign. Our campaign is 24 weeks old. Every Saturday morning, the community comes together for 1 hour on the hospital gates to say, reinstate our A&E. The impact of this is leaving people terrified. Many of you come to the gates, the A&E have actually saved their lives. What actually happens in Chorley now, when the ambulance service picks someone up, they don't know where they're going until they get in the back of the ambulance. And the ambulance driver then says, or the attendant says, we're taking you to Lancaster, or we're taking you to Blackpool, or we're taking you to Wigan, or we're taking you to Bolton. They're shipping our people all over the place. Those people are worried they're not going to make it, and then when they get to the other end, their families can't get to see them. What state of affairs is that for a National Health Service that's meant to have humanity at its core? Last week, we asked other hospitals, people in other towns, and when you ask people to join you in our NHS, it isn't like any other campaign. Without hesitation, as far as I'm concerned, they come out to join us. So last weekend, on our 23rd week, they were outside Wigan Hospital, Bolton Hospital, Preston Hospital and Blackpool Hospital. 4 other hospitals where their A&Es are being impacted said, we will join you, because it's creating chaos at our A&Es as well. So we need to send the message, and my message here today to you all, let's join up. The only thing that's going to stop this is people power. It's us. Give the pump, united, in unison, at the back of the Labour banner, saying the NHS belongs to us, hands off. We got Jeremy Corbyn back as our leader yesterday. I too am a lifelong socialist, and being affiliated to the Labour Party from the age of 16, when I was a coal miner, I've seen firsthand the destruction that this government and these horrible, nasty Tories do to our communities. What they're doing to the NHS, they think they're finishing off the job, the privatisation job, to line the mate's back pockets. Well, as far as I'm concerned, enough. Me too. We stop this, and when we stop this, we use it as an example to bring other things back where they should be, like social care for old people, like prescription charges, like ending car parking fees, all the things that we used to get, free dentistry, free eye tests. They're all preventative measures that we should be fighting for as part of our campaign. Thank you very much for listening to me, and solidarity to the people of Liverpool.